Hey, what's up? I'm Dave Boyer, aka Mr. Boyer, aka the Swamp Man, here in Boyers Park. This is my home, and just got home after an early release day at school because of obviously some weather coming in. So I came out because I just love being outside in the snow. I love when the snow's hitting my face. I open my mouth, catch a snowflake here or there. It's just a different thing for somebody growing up in North Carolina. But as the snow's coming down, I'm thinking about stuff in science that we've talked about, water. I've taught plenty of lessons about water being a unique and special molecule. We've learned some basic kind of things, like it's the only molecule that expands when it freezes, when it changes into a solid. It's the best molecule for doing cohesion. It sticks together really well. It's the most cohesive substance. There's all these things that we've talked about, but one thing that's kind of weird and unique and special about water is how it just has been remaining constant on this planet and cycling, through the water cycle, changing in states of matter. But think of one single molecule of water, or bunches of them in a snowflake that I just caught in my mouth. Where's those water molecules been in the maybe 4.6 billion years of Earth? um, People come up with crazy stories of, oh, that drink of water that you just had, that drink of water you just had could have molecules in it that have been drunk by some famous person in the past. I think of something like 400 or 500 years ago, maybe Galileo drinking a glass of water somewhere in Italy, and then that water goes through tons and tons and tons of changes as it cycled around the planet, and then falls back down into my mouth as a snowflake. So that's kind of weird thoughts there, but the idea that water remains the same as it has and just kind of cycles through and changes states of matter, that's really cool, unique and special about water. But as right now, we're actually studying space. We're in our space unit, and one thing that I've kind of also thinking about as these flakes come down and I ate one or caught one in my mouth, is water, that H2O, two atoms of hydrogen, one of oxygen. That's pure water. But what's pure about what's coming down out of the sky? What else is attached to those snowflakes? As the clouds form, we get water, pure water coming up, water vapor. But as that water condenses and attaches onto, changes states into the liquid, it also is going to attach on to dust particles that are up in the clouds. And so as we're studying space, the Earth gets hit by 6,000 or more meteors every single year. Every day, at least 17 come crashing to the surface, and many more don't make it down to the surface. We have a awesome atmosphere, one that can provide a beautiful sight like this, but an awesome atmosphere full of nitrogen and oxygen, that as those rocks and chunks come flying at us from space, they enter our atmosphere going thousands and thousands of miles per hour. And that friction between their impact with those molecules of nitrogen and oxygen in the air, and down here, eventually water in the air, that friction causes those rocks to break into smaller pieces, heat up, and essentially some of them crumble into dust as it's falling through the sky. And I kind of wonder sometimes if any of those snowflakes that fall into my mouth may have had little bits of space dust that have come down, burned up in the atmosphere, and are attaching on to a water molecule and falling down as snow. It's just kind of cool. I think of water being so unique and special. It's the coolest thing that I know of, coolest molecule on the planet. We're certainly lucky to have it. So wanted to stop and share that with you, and I might go walk around and see some more snow. But